We are done with the introduction of the Apex. Now, if I have to implement the Apex or if I have to write the Apex class, what are the different tools that supports the Apex? Now let's see that. Now the tools that supports, the first one is a developer console, force.com developer console. Now this developer console is an integrated developer environment. In shortcut, we call it as a IDE. It's a IDE, integrated developer environment, and collection of tools we can use it to create, debug, test the application. The Salesforce can use the IDE. For Salesforce is providing the IDE tool, which is called as the developer console. Now, if you open the developer console, this is how it looks like a developer console. Now, let's go ahead and see that. So, in order to open the developer console, go to the Salesforce org. Salesforce.com. Let's go there. Click on login. Click on login. Beside your profile icon, click on this setup, and then you will be able to see. Then you will be able to see the developer console. Just click on this developer console, and this is the developer console. In this developer console, if you want to create an Apex, simply click on this file, new Apex class. File, new Apex class, then you can create an Apex class. So, Salesforce IDE 2 is developer console where you can create a Apex class. In order to create an Apex class, click on this file, new Apex class. File, new Apex class. Now, this is one tool. This is one tool, and there is another tool in the Salesforce which is called as a code editor. We have something called code editor in Salesforce interface. So the code editor compiles all the classes and triggers, then flag the error at the end of it. So how to open the code editor? Just go to the Salesforce and type here Apex class. Type here Apex class. So when you type it, you will be able to open this Apex class. Now here, this Apex class is, now click on this new button. Now when you click on a new button, now you will be able to see the code editor. Editor 2. It's a in Salesforce interface. Right, this code editor, you can write your Apex class here and click on a save. So when you click on the save button, what it does is it compiles everything, all the information, all the logic, that whatever you have written, it compiles it. If there are any error, it will show you the error on top. Now, when you write a logic here, it does not save until the compilation is successful. If your compilation is not successful, it is not going to save your logic. So the force.com developer console allows the developer to write, test, debug, and Apex code. And code editor is also allows to write a program, but it has to, when you click on save, it has to be compiled successfully and saved into the database. Once it is compiled without any error, then only you will be able to see the Apex class. So once the Apex class is created, you can see all the Apex classes, whether you are creating from the developer console or whether you are creating from the code editor, everything you can see it here. All the list will be there and API versions will be there here. API versions, whether it is the active class or not, who has created it, everything you can see the information. Now, there is another tool which is called as a Visual Studio. So Visual Studio is, this is the one. Now, when you open this, you need to install the Visual Studio. once you install the Visual Studio, you need to bring your Salesforce. That means this Visual Studio, this is a Visual Studio, and here I have a Salesforce. So Visual Studio, you need to connect to the Salesforce. You need to connect it to the Salesforce. So when you connect to the Salesforce, that means using the credentials, you need to integrate the Visual Studio with Salesforce. In that case, what you can do, you can directly implement a Apex class in the Visual Studio, and you need to push it to the Salesforce. Write a logic in the Visual Studio, compile it, save it, and deploy to the Salesforce. So in the Visual Studio also, you can implement a logic. The Apex class, you can write it. So these are the different tools for writing the Apex class.